I have seen thousands of real estate investors fail, not because they ran the wrong strategy or because they ran the wrong playbook, but because they never actually got off the starting line. And so in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to start your real estate journey. So this is part 2 in a 6-part series where I'm going over how to generate $100K in either cash or a rental portfolio within the next 12 months. And so without further ado, let's get it. All right, so if you remember from our last video, we have the 100K triangle here. And so we're in the midst of the 100K triangle. We've covered the first problem, which is getting overwhelmed by options, and how to do that is to get clarity. And so in this video, we're gonna zoom in on this part here on how to actually get clarity with the options that you have. And so here's how we actually get clarity within all of the students that I've worked with, and how I've done this with multiple clients now to give them either 100K in equity or some of them 250K, 500K a year in what they do. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to get a crystal clear vision. And yes, my handwriting sucks. If you can stick with me for the video, God bless you, brother. So how do we get a crystal clear vision? The first thing that we do when you come into the program is I have all students, and something that I've been doing in my life for now the last 5 years is create a vision board. And so why do I do that? Number one, we have to know what target to hit. And so I like to break things down into 3 things. First, we have our destination. We need to know where we want to go, right? Because if I want to get to Hawaii versus you want to get to Florida, it's going to be a different path, right? I may need a boat or a plane in order to get there. You may only need a bike or a car, right? And so it depends on where we want to go. Next, we got to get the vehicle that's going to get there. And so that's why I might need a plane, you might need a car, whatever we need to choose the right vehicle for the right thing. Because we all know if we've got a paddle boat, but we actually need a car, it's not going to work. And so that's part of the vision and why we do it. And then the last thing is we need the fuel for whatever vehicle we're going to get. And so that's kind of the last piece of the puzzle here. So with that, the crystal clear vision is a vision board, creating a vision board for your life. It's one of the most fruitful and best exercises I do because it refocuses my intent on where I want to go. And that is on my desktop computer. It's on my wall in my office. It's something that I see every single day. And so I've recreated this habit, not just in my life, but in all my clients and my students' lives too. And this helps them build the vision. And so if you guys want a free vision board template, go ahead and click it in the link below. I'll give one away for you for free so that you can create your own vision board and be clear on what destination you want to get to. So that's part 1. We got the destination, right? The crystal clear vision. Part 2 is we need the winning strategy. So just like I told you, we need a vehicle. So we've got what we want to do. Now we need to know what vehicle is going to take us there. And this is really where working with a coach can help, because I can tell you in my life, I have done the wrong vehicle. And so there's multiple times in my life where I said, I want to be, financially free, but then I start doing things that are like a job. So like wholesaling is a job, right? Building wealth, like burring. So this is where you can do many different things. And so basically one of the crux that I'm going to ask you in this, and when I ask my students is, hey, do you need cash now? Or do you want to build wealth now? And so this is the difference. And so if you need cash now, really what you need to do is wholesale or flip properties. That's going to give you the cash now. Now, if you want to build wealth, that's when you own real estate. So, and that is really the crux. So if you're trying to own real estate, but you don't have any cash, then it's not going to work, because believe it or not, real estate doesn't cash flow that well unless you're using a lot of down payments and you have a lot of cash to put into it up front. And so instead, if you need the cash, well, then we need to start with strategies like over here that you can do while working a full-time job in order to do this. And so for context, guys, I was buying 22 deals in a year while at my full-time job. And I did some of them through owning, and I did some of them through wholesale, and I did some of them through fix and flip. And so that was my 2020 and my 2021. And then eventually I left my job in 2021 at the end of the year after I had already bought in 50 plus deals in my real estate career. And so that is kind of the winning strategy and what you need to do in order to get to where you want to go. Just a little bit of breakdown. Feel free to leave in the comments. Let me know where you're at and what you want to do, and I will help you in the comments try to get you there. And if you don't want to just like do it publicly, or you don't want help in the comments, then this is where I will literally do a free strategy call with you. If you book the link in the description, you can go right to my calendar. We'll sit down for 30 minutes and we'll go, hey, here's where you're at. Here's what you need to do to get there. And so I'll help you build that. Okay. So now we know what we want to go to. We know our destination. We now know what the vehicle is that's going to get us there. Well, the last thing that we need to do is know what we need to buy. So now we need to know what fuel is going to get us there. And so I call this the buy box. So what is a buy box? That just means you have the clarity to know when a deal comes across your desk, I should buy it. And so that is really, really, really clear on, a buy box is, it has your price. So I'm willing to pay up to $300,000. It has a location. So I'm looking for houses in North Omaha, South Omaha, West Omaha, East Omaha, the Northwest hemisphere of Chicago. Those are just examples of places I'm buying, right? Council Bluffs, Iowa, like all of these places are markets specific to that place. So that way, the whole point of a buy box is you have what's called a reticular activating system. We all have it in our head, that RAS. That's that little thing in your head, in your brain, that lets you know information that's important to you. So let me ask you this. What kind of car do you drive, right? Like if you drive a Tesla, I can almost bet and guarantee that before you drove your Tesla, you weren't recognizing that many Teslas. But after you bought your Tesla, and now you recognize every single Tesla that looks like yours. And it's because your reticular activating system is saying, hey, that's important to me. Maybe that's my Tesla, right? And so what we want to do is we want to activate that RAS of other investors and other agents and other deal finders in these markets with this information. So when they come across a deal, they think, hey, I should send Wyatt that deal because he's actually buying that deal. And so that's how you create your buy box. You get the clarity around exactly what you're going to buy, and then you go take action, you actually do it. So that is how we unlock clarity for you so you can start taking action today. And if you do that, that will put you on the track to getting $100,000 in equity per year, which is the whole point of this triangle here, the 100K triangle. So with that, this is the end of video 2. Again, go check out part 3 where we're going to deep dive. If you don't feel like you have any money, we'll deep dive exactly how to get money so you guys can start investing in real estate. Because believe it or not, it's not that you don't have money. It's a little different. So I'll show you how to do that. I'll see you in the next video.